You pick up your phone to check one thing, one message, one notification, and 3 hours later you're still scrolling. You've seen 100 videos you don't remember, read 1,000 posts you don't care about, and you have no idea where the time went. You tell yourself you'll stop. You swear this is the last scroll, but your thumb keeps moving, and your brain keeps demanding more. If your screen time report makes you want to cry, this one's for you. Because what I'm about to tell you will finally explain why you can't put the phone down even when you desperately want to. And no, it's not because you're weak. It's because your brain is being hacked by people who understand it better than you do. Here's the truth nobody wants to admit. Social media apps aren't designed to inform you or connect you or entertain you. They're designed to addict you. Every feature, every notification, every endless scroll is engineered by neuroscientists and psychologists who know exactly how to hijack your dopamine system and keep you coming back. You're not scrolling because you want to. You're scrolling because your brain has been reprogrammed to crave it. And the scary part is, it's working exactly as intended. Let's start with what's actually happening when you scroll. Every time you swipe up, your brain releases a tiny hit of dopamine. That's the same chemical that gets released when you eat food, have sex, or win money. It's your brain's reward system, and social media has figured out how to trigger it on demand. But here's the problem. The dopamine doesn't come from finding something good. It comes from the possibility of finding something good. The maybe. The what if. The chance that the next post might be interesting. Think about it. You keep scrolling because you might see something worth seeing, not because you are seeing it. Your brain isn't chasing satisfaction. It's chasing potential satisfaction. And that's why you can't stop. Because the next scroll might be the good one. And the next one. And the next one. It's the same mechanism that makes slot machines addictive. You're not gambling with money. You're gambling with your attention. And just like a casino, the house always wins. And here's where it gets worse. Social media platforms use something called variable rewards. That means sometimes you get something interesting and sometimes you don't. And you never know which scroll will be the good one. This is the most addictive reward pattern known to psychology. More addictive than getting a reward every time. Because unpredictability keeps your brain on high alert. It keeps you engaged. It keeps you scrolling because your brain is convinced that the next one might be it. The video that makes you laugh. The post that validates you. The comment that gives you a hit of connection. But most of the time it's nothing. Just filler. Just noise. And your brain doesn't care. Because it's not looking for actual reward anymore. It's addicted to the hunt, to the endless search, to the maybe. And that's why you can scroll for hours and feel nothing. No satisfaction. No fulfillment. Just this weird emptiness and the compulsion to keep going. Now let's talk about why you can't stop even when you know you're wasting time. Because that's the part that makes you feel insane, right? You know you should stop. You know it's pointless. But you can't. Your hand moves on its own. Your thumb keeps swiping. And your brain shuts down every rational thought that says this is a bad idea. Here's what's happening. Scrolling puts you in a low-level trance state. You're not fully present. You're not fully aware. You're just consuming. And in that state, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that makes decisions and controls impulses, goes offline. You're running on autopilot. And autopilot says keep scrolling. It's the same reason you can eat an entire bag of chips without realizing it. You're not making conscious choices anymore. You're just responding to triggers. And social media knows this. That's why the scroll is infinite. There's no natural stopping point. No end to the feed. No moment where the app says, okay, you're done. Go live your life. It's designed to keep you in the loop forever. Because the longer you stay, the more ads you see. The more data they collect. The more money they make. Your attention isn't the product. It's the commodity. And you're giving it away for free. Let's talk about what this is doing to your brain long term. Because it's not just about wasted time. Your brain is literally being rewired. When you scroll, you're training your brain to crave instant stimulation, to need constant novelty, to get bored with anything that doesn't hit you with dopamine in 3 seconds or less. You're shortening your attention span. You're killing your ability to focus. You're making it harder to read a book, watch a movie, have a conversation, or do anything that requires sustained attention. Studies show that heavy social media users have the same attention span as a goldfish. 8 seconds. That's how long you can focus before your brain starts screaming for the next hit of stimulation. And it's getting worse. Kids who grow up on TikTok can't sit through a 10-minute YouTube video. Adults who used to read novels can't get through a page without checking their phone. We're creating a generation of people who can't think deeply about anything because their brains have been optimized for scrolling. And here's the part that'll make you angry. The people who designed these apps don't use them. Tech executives don't let their kids on social media. They know what it does. They know it's addictive. They know it's harmful. And they built it anyway because it's profitable. Your compulsion to scroll makes someone a billionaire. And they don't care what it costs you. So what do? How do you break a habit that's been engineered by some of the smartest people in the world to be unbreakable? You start by understanding that this isn't about willpower. You can't out-discipline a system designed to exploit your brain's weaknesses. You need to change the system. First, turn off notifications. All of them. Every single one. Notifications are designed to interrupt you, to pull you back into the app, to make sure you never go too long without checking, and your brain can't resist them. So, remove the trigger. If your phone isn't buzzing, you're way less likely to pick it up. Second, delete the apps from your phone. I know that sounds extreme, but here's the thing. If you have to go to the browser and log in every time you want to check Instagram, you're adding friction. And friction kills habits. The easier something is, the more you'll do it. So make it harder. Make it annoying. Make it not worth the effort. Third, replace the behavior. Your brain isn't going to stop craving stimulation just because you deleted an app. So give it something else. When you feel the urge to scroll, do something physical. Go for a walk. Do push-ups. Call a friend. Anything that gets you out of autopilot and back into your body. And fourth, be honest about what you're running from. Because here's the real truth. Most people scroll because they're avoiding something. Boredom, loneliness, anxiety, the uncomfortable feeling of being alone with your thoughts. Scrolling is escapism. It's numbing. It's a way to not feel what you're feeling. And until you face what you're avoiding, you'll keep reaching for the phone. Here's what changed everything for me. I realized I wasn't scrolling because I wanted to see what was on my feed. I was scrolling because I didn't want to feel what I was feeling. I was anxious about work, lonely in my relationships, bored with my life. And scrolling gave me a way to avoid all of that. It gave me a fake sense of connection, a fake sense of productivity, a fake sense of being engaged with the world. But it was all a lie, and the longer I scrolled, the worse I felt. So I stopped trying to control the scrolling, and I started dealing with the feelings underneath it. I sat with the boredom. I faced the loneliness. I dealt with the anxiety. And guess what? The urge to scroll started to fade because I didn't need the escape anymore. I wasn't running from myself. And once I stopped running, the phone stopped calling. But let's be real. You're not going to quit social media forever. And you don't have to. This isn't about becoming a monk and living off the grid. It's about taking back control. It's about using the app instead of being used by it. And that means setting boundaries, time limits, rules. No phone in the bedroom. No scrolling before noon. No checking during meals. Whatever works for you. Because the goal isn't perfection. It's awareness. It's making conscious choices instead of running on autopilot. And here's what you need to understand. The time you spend scrolling isn't just wasted time. It's stolen time. It's hours of your life you'll never get back. Hours you could have spent reading, learning, creating, connecting with real people, or just existing in peace. And you're giving it away to an algorithm that doesn't care about you, that sees you as data, as engagement, as a metric to improve. You're worth more than that. Your attention is worth more than that. Your life is worth more than that. So if you're someone who picks up the phone without thinking and 3 hours disappear into the void, you're not alone. You're not weak. You're not broken. You're just stuck in a system designed to keep you stuck. And it's time to break out. Tell me, how many hours a day do you lose to scrolling? Be honest. Drop your screen time average in the comments. Let's see how deep this goes. And if this hit home, subscribe. The next video is about why some people can't stop working even when they're exhausted. And it's not ambition. It's fear. You're going to want to watch that. Click it.